Ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, we have gathered here today to recognize the accomplishments of the one and only Marsha P. Johnson by officially inducting her into the Hall of Fame. While there are many wonderful, qualified applicants for the Hall of Fame this year, there are none more deserving than Marsha P. Johnson. In her short 47 years of life, Miss Johnson sheltered countless LGBTQ youths, serving as a drag mother and opening her home to homeless members of the community. She continued to support transgender youth as a co-founder of the START organization. Though Johnson herself suffered from mental illness, she always put others first. She rose to prominence as a successful drag queen, touring the world with a drag group called the Hot Peaches. Johnson is most commonly recognized for speaking out against LGBTQ oppression at the Stonewall Inn riots of 1969. Eyewitnesses from the Stonewall riots say that Johnson was one of the main leaders of the uprisings, and she is now widely regarded as the person that took the gay liberation movement to a new level. To this day, Marsha P. Johnson remains a pillar of hope within the community and an incredible role model as a strong woman that never hesitated to fight for what she believed in. She perfectly embodies the aspirations and hard-fought battles of LGBTQ people all over the world, and her story continues to empower American people to rise against oppression. Now, let's talk some more about her impact.
Marsha P. Johnson had a wide impact on the LGBTQ community. Pride Month began as a celebration of the events in June 1969 known as the Stonewall Inn riots. These riots were partially led by her and were responsible for sparking activism in the community. To celebrate Marsha, I made a digital piece of her using Procreate. The piece shows her holding a flag containing images of events like the Stonewall riots and the first Pride Month parade. After all, she was the force behind many powerful LGBTQ movements, and her activism affected the community as a whole. On the top of the piece is the quote, "Pay it no mind." She claims that that was what the P in her name stood for, because during this time, gays were treated as if they were mentally ill, and through her actions, she had given a voice to the LGBTQ minorities and given them confidence.
Once said, "You never completely have your rights, one person, until you all have your rights."
The story of Marsha P. Johnson. Marsha P. Johnson was born in Elizabeth, New Jersey on August 24, 1945. She was born with a masculine identity but never used the word transgender. The term was popularized after her death in 1992. She preferred to dress in girly clothes. However, she stopped feeling comfortable wearing these outfits when a man sexually abused her when she was a child. After she graduated high school, she went on to New York City carrying only $15 in a bag of clothes. Her full name became Marsha P. Johnson once she grew confident enough to dress nearly completely in women's clothing and embrace her female identity. Now on to her accomplishments. Marsha P. Johnson is best known for her actions in the forefront of the Stonewall Inn riot on June 28, 1969. She was one of the first drag queens to go to the Stonewall Inn. It was previously a bar for only gay men. It is believed that she might be one of the first people that started rioting against the police force's raids. After Stonewall, she became a well-known activist. She joined the Gay Liberation Front, ACT UP, and co-founded the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries. Additionally, she participated and even started many parades for LGBTQ+ awareness and rights.
Marsha P. Johnson's body was unexpectedly and tragically discovered in the Hudson River in 1992. She was only 47 years old at the time of her passing. Originally, the New York Police Department ruled her death a suicide and closed her case. However, her family, friends, and community of supporters found this ruling questionable. Despite her past struggles with mental illness, Johnson was widely known and loved as a happy, upbeat, determined woman that has instilled hope to everyone around her. No one that knew her believed she would ever commit suicide. For this reason, people began raising suspicions in regards to the cause of her death, as many people believed Johnson was actually murdered, and that her case had not been fully investigated due to the fact she was a black trans woman. 25 years after her passing, Marsha P. Johnson's case was reopened, but as of today, it still remains an unsolved cold case. Because her death happened so many years ago, it is unlikely that her true cause of death or murderer will ever be found. The only thing society can do for Marsha is memorialize her wonderful spirit and accomplishments by sharing her story, celebrating the community she fought so hard for, and recognizing her as a worthy entry into the U.S. History Hall of Fame. There is no pride for some of us without liberation for all of us.
Thank you, Marsha!
Ally!